So later makakam up taging ani. Okay. Two-port systems. So muna siya si amplifier 1 made of JFET na saan siyang klase? Self-bias. Hindi man siya voltage divider, di po siya fixed bias. So I think wala siya itong self-bias na JFET. Our amplifier 2 is a BJT. The given voltage is at the input is 2 millivolts. So how much is the output voltage? That's a question. Okay. This would be easier if na given here na RL, for which wala may given, and na po given din nga RS, of which wala po given, no? Because 2 millivolts ang input na to sa tong first na amplifier, maybe directly siya connect og source without any RS. So 0 ohms ang resistance here. Okay, 2 millivolts man diretso ang i-connect sa amplifier 1. So basically naman tayo idea, no? Our VO is equal to a gain, no, whatever this gain may be, times VI. It's just as simple as that one. That our VO is just a product of a particular gain times VI. Now, question, what is this gain? No? Remember that we have notice that we have two amplifiers. So for sure, this is the total voltage gain of the two amplifiers. So AVT. How will we then solve for AVT? Also remember that if we have multiple amplifiers cascaded with each other, the total voltage gain is just the product of the individual gains. No? AV1 in this case times AV2. But the question is, what is AV1 and AV2? Because our system, again, does not have an RS connected to it, no? So we could not use AVS in this case. So with this AVS, or wala tayo ma-solve na AVS, kaya wala may given nga RS. Wala po yung load. No? We have no load connected. So for sure, si AV2 is just the no load voltage gain, AV NL of amplifier 2. No? Wala man tayo mabuhat ang ana. No? There's nothing we can do. Wala man yung given na RL. So the voltage gain of the second amplifier is the unloaded voltage gain. But how about the first? No? How about AV1? It's AV1. AV1 is AVL1. Why AVL, no? Not AVNL. Naabay load si amplifier 1. Does amplifier have a load connected to it? Yes or no? So a load doesn't necessarily mean na may resistor na connected sa iyang output. In this case, amplifier 2 acted as the load to amplifier 1 through its ZI2. Diba? That's why the voltage gain for the first amplifier, AV1, is the loaded voltage gain. As for the gain of amplifier 2, unloaded siya. Okay, mabuhat, wala magigiven nga RS. So these are the voltage gains that we're going to solve. AVL1 and AVNL2. And if ma-obtain na nato siya, i-multiply lang nato sila with each other, we could get AVT. And if you obtain AVT, we'll multiply it to the given 2 millivolts to obtain the actual output. No? So seems simple enough. Walang ginatong in-notice class, no? If nabay given ng mga RLs and RS. So kani wala magigiven RL and RS. So we'll just stick to what we could obtain. So AVL1 and AVNL2. So later makuha tag mga aning mga values. No? CZI1, CZO1, VNL times VI, AVNL1. Of course, makakuha pa man tag AVNL. CO2, CI2, AVNL2. So, mga solve deliverables, no? Need not solve. So masayon siguro kung mag-start kay BJT, no? Reference lang na siya. But for me, let's start with the BJT. So it's more important here. IE, ZI, ZO, AV. So si IE na natin i-solve. So how will we solve for IE? First natin solve. So part 1. Huh? Part 1. Solving for RTH and ETH. So balik kita sa pinaka-primero ng atong mga nga-learn. No? Some of these steps maybe shortcut na lang ako class. So RTH is based on formula. It's 24 kilo ohms parallel with 8.2 kilo ohms, which is equal to 11K. TH, so voltage divider of 10 times 8.2K over 24 plus 8.2K. 2.55 volts. Therefore, IB is equal to ETH minus VBE 0.7. I hope wala pong nakalimutan ng mga processes. RTH is 6.11K plus beta. What is beta? 150. Beta plus 1 RE. RE is 2.2K. So IB is 5.46 micro.
Sir, ang sa imong beta, sir, kay na 151, sir.
Oh, sakto. 150 man ang beta. 150. Beta plus 1 man. Sakto ba?
Ay, yes, sir.
Oo. So, yeah, sakto. 5.40, 46. 5.46 microamperes. So, i-multiply lang nato na og 151 pa. Patag IE. So, IE is 151. Okay, beta plus 1, di ba? That's 5.46 micro. So, IE is 0.824. 82. 0.82 milliamperes. And muna ta siya atong gamiton to solve for small RE. 26 millivolts divided by 0.82 milliamps. $31.55 ohms. So, yan na, no? Next. Okay, na. Impedances na. Impedances. So, BJT summary table for AC. Voltage divider. So, ZI is R1 parallel R2 parallel beta RB. And this is already RPH. So 6.11 kilo ohms. Parallel beta is 150 times 31.55. Sa silong na lang. Beta is 150 times 31.55. This is the I2. 2.67 kilo ohms. So this is the I2. ZO2 is, I think, approximately equal to RC. So, 2.7K. Last AB and L. RC over RE. At 1.55. $84.54, more or less. So far, mga kumukuha. No? AB and L2 naman itong required, no, for amplifier 2. So this is enough for the first part. For the second part, DC of the JFET. So self-bias, not voltage divider. Okay, wala may resistor delay. So relation voltage divider. JFET self-bias. BGS is negative ID RS. Equation 1. Equation 2 is Shockley equation. ID is equal to IDSS 1 minus VGS over VP squared. Substitute equation 1 to equation 2. And let ID is equal to X. So X is equal to, what is IDSS? 6 milli. VP is negative 3. One minus VGS is this one. Negative ID, which is X. RS is 330 ohms. So negative 330 X. VP of negative 3 squared. Ano siya eh? No? Expand. Okay. Distribute C 6 milli. I think 6 milli 0.06. 0.006. 0.006 times 220. 1.32. 0.006 times 12,100. 72.6. Transpose x to the other side. Ma-add siya ani. This becomes -2. So 0 is equal to 0.006 minus 2.32x plus 72.6x squared. X1 is equal to something something. X2 is equal to something something. Solve for quadratic equation. Roots of the quadratic equation. It's at 29.11. Lagi kayo ng isa. Isa is 2.84. Close enough. Wala 6 mo yung IDSS. So, 2.84. Daan, you do not need to substitute na both of the values to the equation 1 because nakuha kaya ang 29.11. So, we won't choose that one. Compared to the 6 milliampere nga IDSS nga given, 6 milli ra, nakuha kaya ang 29.11. So, we'll not use that one. So, we'll use the other one. 2.84 milli. That's our ID. So for VGS is negative ID RS, play RS, 330. Yes, it's 0.94. Negative 0.94 volts. Next, GM na. Huh? GM is equal to 2 IDSS per absolute value of VP 1 minus VGS over VP. No more squared. 2 times 6 milli over absolute value of -3. 1 minus BGS is negative 0.94 over -3. Millisiemens. ZI, ZO, and AV. So the ZI for self-bias AC. So natin ito ka self-bias, the bypassed, and the unbypassed. There is a given it is bypassed. No? So na-bypass capacitor. So we'll use this one. Capacitor. Kani wala. Unbypassed. So ZI is just equal to RG. No? So ZI is just equal to RG. Therefore, ZI is 10 mega ohms. This is ZI1. Output impedance of the JFET amplifier RD. And ang AV is GMRD na gapon. The same as the voltage divider. So, GMRD. So ZO is equal to RD. (1.8 kilo ohms). Last, unloaded voltage gain, AV and L is equal to negative GM RD. GM is 2.75 milli. RD is 1.8 kilo. Therefore, no load voltage gain of the first amplifier equal to 4.95. 4.95. So should we stop here? As for the voltage gain of the first amplifier, it should be AVL1. So loaded because the load of amplifier 1 is the input impedance of amplifier 2. If you could remember the formula for AVL, is AV and L RL over, so locate there. So yun yung topic, cascaded systems. Ano? Two-port systems. Sorry. Two-port systems notes. RL plus RL plus RL over RL plus 0. Therefore, AVL is AVNL. RL, as seen by the first amplifier, is the ZI, the second amplifier, plus its own 0. CI2, 2.67K. CO1, sorry, 1 minute. 1.8K. So nigama yung atong voltage gain to negative 2.96. So check na ni. No, we have AVL1 and AVNL2. Multiply ang duha to get AVP. Continuation. AVT is AV to L1 times AV and L2. Negative yapon yun for me. Palabas negative yun. Negative 84.54. Therefore, AVT is equal to sa mga 250. Exactly. But very, very close to that value. Positive siya, kaya negative times negative. So this is our final answer, which ito i-multiply sa atong given na VI, pero 2 millivolts. Yeah, 2 millivolts. So last but not the least, VO is equal to AVT times VI. VO is 250 times 2 millivolts. Therefore, VO is 500 millivolts. That's the final answer. Ay, salamat. Questions, class?
Excuse me, sir. Kaning sa
Yeah.
GM, sir, ang sign sa GM is positive, good, sir, or negative?
Sa GM, positive na siya. Positive. Kani nga
sir.
GM,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
positive na siya. Okay, welcome. Other questions? So, marag na summarize gid na to completely. Tanan na to na learn, no? Okay, musuon eh. No? I think I'm confident sa answer nga itong nakuha. Unless you have any concerns sa akong processes. Anyway, review man ninyo, no? Try to check if na-part ano na sa'yo. But I think so far, okay naman siguro. Okay. Any more questions? If there are none, we'll end here. So this is our final topic.